got Ronnie on the phone with some new information to tell you. She's the location of this live picture.
All right, Ronnie, tell us what's going on.
So obviously you guys are able to see the Guadalupe River that has risen quite a bit. I'm standing at the VFW post right off of City Baker Street. We're actually at the front of the parking lot, and I'm pretty sure you guys can see the pole with the white little poles right over there. That's where their parking lot ends. And I'm told the back of the parking lot is completely flooded. Just a little bit ago, within the last 10 minutes, I spoke again to Sergeant Lamb with the Kerrville Police Department, who again is telling everyone who is living within the 100 yards of the Guadalupe River to evacuate. If people have woken up right now and are unable to evacuate, of course, given the situation, they're being told to go to higher ground and call police. He told me just a little bit ago, swift water assets to do those swift water rescues are on their way now. But they do want people to call police if they're unable to evacuate and they live near the river.
Now, Ronnie, as you look north and south along with the flow of the river, are you able to see any homes? Because I know there are some along the river there. Are you able to see any homes or any of those campgrounds or anything that are in that flooding now?
I actually do see a home a little bit towards much more left to the view that you're looking out. I believe that's a home right over there. Again, completely blocked by this flooding. I see another building right next to me that's already next to the river that's becoming flooded as well. I mean, it's really hard to see from where we're standing. I think I also see a car that also has its water that's been risen next to, I think, the wheel, but it's a little hard to see just because, like, obviously things are moving really, really fast. And there's even debris that's blocking some of the view because it's being swept downriver.
And Ronnie, I know you said you spoke to PD and they are doing those high water rescues. Did they say if there were any injuries at this point or anyone having to be transported because they got stuck in those high waters?
Not yet. Again, they're getting the stuff to do those swift water rescues. And those swift water evacuations. At this point, he did not give me any specifics about that. I did hear from some people here at the VFW post that at one point there were 6 RVs here that were parked that were swept away, but that thing PD couldn't confirm. They told me it's very hard with specifics at this moment. And when the water crests, that's when they're planning to get that information, which they told me they were told by the National Weather Service that the water is supposed to crest in an hour or so, around 9 a.m. So that's when we're going to be expecting those specifics from PD.
Okay, so at this point, they have not reported any missing people to you at this point?
No, not at this point.
Okay, and have you been able to talk to them about any of the places where people can go, the reunification locations or
Yes.
places where people can go to, seek refuge?
Yes. So at this point, City Baker Street is still open. The official reunification area I was conveyed to by Sergeant Lamb with the Kerrville Police Department is the Walmart off of Junction Highway. I believe the correct address is 2106 Junction Highway. That's at Walmart. That's where police are telling people that's the reunification location.
Okay, that's good to know for people out in that area. Now, further in town, were police able to tell you if there's any flooded streets in town or, people having to seek higher ground there?
Yes, so there are 2 areas that they mentioned near the Guadalupe River that are already localized, where they're seeing localized flooding. That's on Guadalupe Street and near the Herzog Road area, the loop. So those are where they're seeing flooding. We also know several of the bridges in this area, including the Francisco Limas Bridge, which we're not too far from, and the G Street Bridge are also pretty close to being underwater if they're not already.
Okay. Well, Ronnie Accord, thank you so much. She's there in Kerrville giving us this live picture and lots of information. We're going to check back in with you in just a minute. About 5 minutes, we're going to check back in with you.